Thank you, guys. Thank you for the invite. Thank you, Akhawan Alumni Association, for inviting me to this very first edition of what for me represents an occasion to just reconnect with some people that I knew from my past years in Akhawan, and also get to discover and meet new people that were within the same space years before and years after. So thank you very much. And like Zinab, I'm going to start right with my journey to describe pretty much my work. That is about the body's symphony, which is a way to see ourselves as an integrative and multitude of processes that happen at the same time, and how we can navigate through all these things to just live the life as we would like to live it. So my journey began during my last game as the Akhawan's rugby team's coach and captain. I was very delighted to be part of a beautiful team throughout my 5 years, with one of my colleagues here, Omar, who was also my tutor. I'm going to get to talk about him in a few. But yeah, rugby is this sport that brings you into hardship with people. So you go through something hard. I was going to say go through shit, but you go through something very, very hard altogether, and you have to really work as a team to win, or and have the same values and communicate. And so for me, it's a sport that really, really embodies what it means to be surrounded by people you trust, right? And the universe, I like to say, is a joker. So my last rugby game also represented the end of something, the end of 5 years at the Akhawan, the end of 5 years of studying, of connecting with people, of pretty much succeeding in everything I touched. I was surrounded by people I loved, connecting with the professors and all of these things. But this had to happen. During the line out, I was lifted, and my friends and colleagues that I trusted and who partied the night before just dropped me. So I fall from a height of let's say 3 meters without knowing that I was falling. My knee cracked, and at this very, very time, I knew that something was going to change in my life. And that's where the journey began, right? So 2 surgeries, had to pretty much stop doing everything I did. I graduated right after, so the question was, am I going to dive directly into the job sphere, or was I going to really focus on recovering from this? It was a tough period because I just didn't know where I was. And I left the environment that was cocooning me, which was Akhawan, and I was here by myself just trying to figure out things. And that's when my friend and tutor Omar came in, and I was like, hey, I'm opening a gym. Would you like to be part of the adventure? And it just came at the perfect timing. And I was like, sure, man. We've spent many years together. We share the same values. So let's see where it takes us. And, days in, days out, got to step on my left foot, work with my knee, just got into the same energy I was before. Went to rehabilitation, but performance rehabilitation, it was very important for me because I was an athlete at Akhawan, and for me, my body and sport was really something that was defining me and that I lost. And it also pushed me to really get to think, am I more than just a body? Am I something else? Am I emotions? Am I energy, right? Am I a soul that thinks? Am I things that happen to me to which I align? And that's where I understood that we as humans have this crazy, beautiful machine, beautiful car that we come with. It's this vehicle to experience life, but we don't know how to use it, right? We come with it, but without user manual. So I don't know, who knows how to change the tire of your body? How well do you maintain it? How often? What type of fuel do you put inside of it? Those are questions we have to ask ourselves to be able to carry and maintain this beautiful machine that we all have together. Little question here for the audience. Who got to change the tire one day in their car? All right. I'm pretty sure it was because you were lost in the middle of somewhere and couldn't reach nobody. That's not something you learn when you buy a car. Hey, I'm going to learn how to change a tire. No. Your tire is flat. You're in the middle of something. Nobody's reachable. And you're like, all right, I'm going to figure this out. And that's what life is. You figure things out through hardship. So, what are we? What is this body? This envelope that we call a body? For me, throughout my exploration, because this is also my sharing of my exploration, I came to understand that the body is first flesh and muscles, right? It's also billions of chemical reactions happening at the same time. We eat, we breathe, the red cells transport oxygen, crazy things, hormones back and forth. As I'm talking to you, maybe I'm a little stressed and my heartbeat goes up, and a lot of things happening at the same time. You just see someone talking to you, but it is this kind of things happening. Emotions. You know, I was this almost 90 kilos a rugby player who didn't believe in emotions. I was like, oh, we're tough guys, right? We're tough, we play rugby, we do. But then I had to face what emotions were. Sadness, anger, guilt. All of these things really impact how we function in our daily life, right? We're also information. Information as in proprioceptive information. We also, while I'm talking to you, I'm really aware of the space surrounding me. I see you. I know where my feet are. So there is a continuous input of information coming inside of my body and also out of my body. Our energies. So I'm gonna get to like a part that is a little more about, I would say beliefs, but I got to experience it myself, so I'm gonna share it with you. Energies. And we're also a soul, right? Depending on if we believe in this or not, but on esoteric side of things, we are also more than just a body. Someone who loses the ability to use his body can still function. We have connection to something bigger than our limiting physical body, right? So, how do we get to learn about ourselves? How do we get to know how to use this beautiful car? It's through exploration, right? It's through trying stuff. It's through exposing ourselves to things and see how we react to them. It's to play some sports and see how if we like it or not. And if we like it, to see what allows us to keep doing this sport, to get the discipline to do it or not. It's to try a food and see if we like it, what it does to our body. If I eat McDonald's every single day, I'm very much sure that it's not going to serve me, but it is part of the exploration, right? So within this framework, you need to explore in the things you eat, the type of fuel you put inside of your body. How you move your body is a very important part because it moves pretty much all what's inside of your body. Explore social connections. That's very, very important than the missed part from, mental health. We often focus on health as in an individual thing, but being with people, exchanging about ourselves, about who we are, is also something that brings us joy and energy. Explore stillness. What kind of activity do you do to really calm yourself? We live in a very, very stressful environment. Cars, phones, everything's happening at the same time. What do you do to recenter? Do you pray? Do you meditate? Do you sleep enough, right? And the journal right there is really an invitation to write about stuff. What you measure, you can change. I saw this in a previous slide. So it's very important to know. For example, if you're trying a new food, you know that something is being uncomfortable in your belly. All right, what did I eat today? And I eat the same thing tomorrow minus one thing. Does it still hurt? If it hurts, I know it's this thing. If I don't write it, I have no clue to know what it is, right? And most importantly, you explore, but then you learn. Explore and learn from your past experiences to shape the new ones. That's very, very important, because otherwise you keep doing the same things over and over, and it's just madness. Madness is repeating the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, right? So, and within this learning also aspect of life, I think it's very, very important to also keep learning ourselves, keep learning about the subjects we like, keep learning about the things that really move us. Zineb was talking earlier about the fact that she was doing finance and logistics, and now she shifted completely to helping people, because she knew that something that helping others really felt right for her, and she learned about it. For me, for example, I did marketing and communication in Akhawain, ended up coaching with Omar, and then my coaching took me to another thing called kinesiology, where I, through the impulse of the body, I can help people to understand where their pain comes from. Is it physical, emotional? I also got to manage sport facilities. Today I manage one of the biggest clubs in Rabat, and I'm doing an executive MBA of one of the biggest team of the world. And Omar is going to agree with me, it's Real Madrid, even though I'm a Barcelona fan. But yeah, so just keep learning, that's a responsibility you have, to keep enjoying life, to be curious about the things that connect you to who you are. And within this logic, I'm going to expose to you a framework, a compass that I've discovered through a guy called Paul Chek. If some of you know him, it's a big, bald guy, maybe 55 years old, very muscular, and a deep guy that sometimes has, let's say, extreme views about subjects. But I do believe that this framework really encompasses pretty much everything you need to analyze your life through. So basically, the 4 doctors that you need in your life are those 4. Dr. Happiness as your north, that's going to keep you centered into pursuing what life you would like to have. Dr. Movement, Dr. Diet, and Dr. Quiet. Those are easy to retain. Please remember them. Dr. Happiness, he's the chief commander. Dr. Happiness makes sure that you know your values and that you stick to them. Do you do things out of alignment from what comes from inside, or are you doing things for other people to accept you? That's very important, because I think that in our society nowadays, we have this need to belong, this need to be accepted in a tribe. And very often it goes through putting aside things that really matter for us. One thing that comes from not being aligned with Dr. Happiness is feeling stressed pretty much all the time. Feeling stressed by pretty much everything. You have a conversation, you're stressed. You wake up in the morning, you're stressed. That's weird. You just slept 8 hours. Why should you be stressed after sleeping 8 hours? That's maybe because you're doing something on an everyday basis that is not aligned with your values. So one question I'm going to ask you is really sit and think. What are maybe 2 or 3 core values that you have? And if you don't answer this question like on the spot, I think it's a very interesting exercise to do, because it's going to be your compass. Second thing, Dr. Diet, the fuel you put inside of your body. You have this crazy Ferrari that you're driving, but would you stop at any random gas station to put oil in it? No. The same way, I'm not going to stop at McDonald's to eat food and to replenish this beautiful envelope that I have, right? What's very important as well is to be aware of your individual needs, because nowadays we have all these fads about diets, regimes, gluten-free, blah, 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 blah. We all have individual needs. We all are intolerant to things. We all need to be aware of the health of our digestive tract, of our digestive enzymes. It's very, very important, the flora intestinal, because that's what helps us to metabolize the things we eat. And it's all different. So you will have to go through the exercise I told you about. Write the things you eat. Take 3 days, write. When I eat white rice, I feel a little fuzzy. Why? Maybe you don't digest the white rice really well. Third thing, doctor quiet. And that's a very, very important one. As I was saying, we live in a very stressful life environment. We as humans, biologically, have to rest pretty much 1/3 of our lives. 8 hours of sleep on 24 hours of functioning. So there needs to be something about this sleep, right? That is very, very primordial in us just functioning properly. One thing that is very important as well is to find moments of stillness throughout your day. Meditation, 5 minutes a day, just to calm your breath. You know, the breath is the vehicle that's going to help us recenter all the time. You're stressed, you're going to be breathing through your chest. And like small inspires and small expires. When you breathe like this, your body doesn't know if you're stressed, if a lion is following you, or if you're, doing some type of other activity that stresses you. One way to really calm your body is just to breathe from your stomach. Long inhales and long exhales. It takes 3 rounds like this just to calm your body. And again, your body doesn't know if a lion is following you. You do this, it's gonna recenter you right away. I really love the fact that we live in a Muslim country because we have external ways of asking us to recenter. We have the call for the prayer. I love for people who pray, it's good for them. People who don't, you have pretty much everywhere someone calling you and to say, hey, stop. Hey, stop from what you're doing. Stop from working. Stop from arguing with your boss. Just stop and recenter. And finally, doctor that I really like and appreciate, it's doctor movement. But in doctor movement, there are pretty much 2 branches that we often forget about. The first one is working out. We explode, boom, we run, we sprint, we fight, we do all of these things. When we think about movement, we think about energy expenditure, right? But there is another part to it. It's energy gaining, working in, you know? Tai Chi, have you ever seen Chinese doing Tai Chi? It's just like very slow and gentle movements that helps you gain energy. That's also another way to just get through a hard night of sleep, wake up in the morning, 5 minutes of very slow movements. It doesn't need to be studied, you know? Just very instinctively see what you like to do and do it very slowly. A squat, you can do a squat 10 seconds going down, 10 seconds going up, while breathing in while going down and breathing up while going up, and it's going to do the job. So don't forget about this, right? All right, where am I today with all of this exploration, right? I've founded a methodology called the conscious fitness methodology, as Afa was talking about, that pretty much takes into consideration this whole scheme of what the body is. Through fitness, I help people really understand their emotions, their energy, their diet, all of these things that I talked about. On other level, today I'm managing a sport facility that has more than 10 sports that are available for people. And I like the fact that it gives floor for people to explore what kind of activity they like, right? It's 3,000 clients, more than 100 employees. So it also gets to expose me to interpersonal relationships, right? To experience things differently. So I'm really into this exploration right now at this moment. In my personal life, I'm very, very, very grateful to have a beautiful lady that I share my life with and that with whom I'm very aligned, because Dr. Happiness has told me, all right, are you sure you want to marry this woman? Does she hold the same value? And I'm happy to experience day in, day out that yes, because I know when I get home from a very stressful day, I have a peaceful, calm home where I can replenish. Yeah. That's very much it. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'll be happy to carry on this conversation with you later on. Thank you.